All right, Omaha's #1 hit music station, Channel 94.1. It's Corey, and I would like to welcome All American Rejects to the studio.
Hey. Hello. Corey, I gotta just start out by saying that you have the most unforced radio voice that is just naturally radio.
Oh, well, thank you.
Listen to that.
I appreciate that.
I mean, that's velvet.
It's not the old school deep like 80s cheesy voice.
The prolapsed throat.
I'm just myself. I'm just myself.
Yeah,
that's
all.
all. That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. Brand new album, Kids in the Street, March 27th. Looking forward to that. We've already heard the new single, Beekeeper's Daughter, which I guess is available for download beginning tomorrow.
Yeah.
So go out there and get that. It's a great song. And I know you guys got some TV time coming up here pretty soon as well. I read that the song's going to be featured on 90210 tomorrow, I believe.
Yeah, playing the Peach Pit.
There you go. And then Jimmy Fallon Wednesday.
Yeah, and then VH1 on the Pepsi tailgater kind of thing or whatever. Fan Jam is what it's called.
There you go.
Is that live on Thursday, or are we just taping on Thursday?
I think it was taped and airs
on
Sunday.
Airs on Super Bowl instead of Madonna.
Yeah.
Or like
Nice.
if you decide to change the channel to VH1 because Madonna's lip syncing is a bit obvious.
Or are you guys going to be performing with Madonna? Because right now there's rumors of every artist under the sun that's going to be taking the stage with Madonna. So are you guys?
We got asked, but we had to wear leather, so we decided we opted out of that.
Only thing that's going to get me to watch Madonna is if the rest of the Georgia Peaches, what was the team on League of Their Own, joins her on stage.
Gina Davis has to make an appearance.
Yep.
All kinds of TV time for the Rejects this week then, and All American Rejects tonight in Lincoln, of course, at the Pershing Center, and you can still get tickets for that, etix.com. So it's been a while. Actually, to be honest with you, the last time I remember you guys being in Omaha, anyway, at least the area, this is probably a few years ago, I saw you guys perform the bra and underwear section of a Walmart. Right.
Oh yeah. That was on our Walmart Montgomery Ward tour. That was like what, acoustic shows?
Yeah. And so you guys have obviously come a long way since then. And
we made it to the produce section.
We're a lot fresher.
Super Target this time around.
Yeah, that's right.
No, but it's been 3 or 4 years since the last album. Of course, that Gives You Hell was just a smash single for you guys. So. What all has happened since then? I mean, since, coming off that album, coming off that tour, and now with the new one.
Gives You Hell was a trip for us, man. It took us, we had success with our record Move Along in the States. Like, that was like a big punch through, but then Gives You Hell was sort of like this just thing that catapulted us into like the ether as for getting the world exposed to the Rejects. Like, Move Along didn't really punch through like it did in the States for the rest of the world, and then when Gives You Hell came out, we actually got to go to like Jakarta, Malaysia, and just like Germany happened for us, and like, it was just a surreal ride. And then coming off that crazy high, we jumped down to start writing for our next record, and personally, I sort of like lost my way a little bit. I decided to try Los Angeles out, and I just wound up fishing in a bottle for a few months, and just kind of lost myself, and through that sort of journey to nowhere, Nick really grabbed me and pulled me out, and we went and did a bunch of writing trips. And this record starts with like Beekeeper's Daughter, the first single. That's sort of a song about this insensitive guy who thinks he's bulletproof and just thinks the world sort of owes him a favor, I guess. And that's sort of where the writing for the record started. And Kids in the Street is really a record that takes you from, this lost place to, I guess using reflection to find yourself. So, Kids in the Street, the song itself is a song about nostalgia and sort of like remembering those moments when you were just lost in your dirt roads of your town. I mean, especially Nebraska. We're from Oklahoma. Like we would, it's those moments when you were sort of young and pure that you sort of reflect on to realize, wow, man, I used to be like a pure spirit, you know what I mean?
Right.
And so this record takes you from falling down to standing back up and realizing that it took you falling down to actually realize you needed to walk on your own kind of thing.
So you've been a band releasing albums for over, like, around a decade, I mean, so Was it just recently, or I guess right after, you know, all that you ended up moving to LA? I mean, were you still living in Oklahoma prior to that, or?
We're all Oklahoma, Florida.
Okay.
We really stayed away. The reason Nick and I moved to Florida is because it was furthest away from New York and LA.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It was the hardest flight to get down there. So if people really wanted to bother us and be like, hey, are you writing songs?
Uh-huh.
Like, there's always that label pressure. And the good thing about us is we've been doing this for 10 years, and we've only put out 4 records, so the label sort of knows after 3 records we're not going to do anything to pressure these guys. So it's like, you know, all these contemporary artists, I guess, that we've come up with have kind of just disappeared because they've always just jumped right into the whole capitalizing on the tail end of some massive single. I mean, if we tried to run after and Chase Gives You Hell, we'd be, you know, just completely, I don't know, wronging ourselves. It's like the most false thing you can do to write for a man in a fat suit with a big cigar.
Right. Yeah, and that's not the reason why you started this.
Exactly.
So why would you? Yeah.
Well, a lot of people lose wind of that whenever they see the stars in their eyes. You know, like I've seen people go from like humbled, just sweethearts that we've even toured with to just homicidally egotistical maniacs. Like it's a crazy ride, and you have to be completely nerdy and into music to I think continue to do it. Like, so the Eagles aren't cool. You know what I mean? Like, you look at Joe Walsh, and man, he wears sequins blazers.
So when